So guys, all you Rainbow Six Siege fans out there, there's an update that probably already released once this comes out.
I don't know when it's releasing. Did we try find that out? 2.2.2?
Tomorrow,
which is Wednesday to us, but for you, Wednesday is probably now.
I think, you could look at all the patch notes and everything else like that and what they're adding. I think the big call out is that they're going to be testing out these dedicated servers. And then that it's not just going to be dedicated servers for PC, but also hopefully eventually for console, which is a big deal. Because if they're going to be investing in dedicated servers, that's expensive. That's not cheap. This game's going to be around for a while.
I agree.
Really?
Back to you. Back to you.
Back to you.
Back to you, Jim.
Back to you in the studio, John. Johnny's Corner. John, Johnny, Jimbo, Jonathan,
What?
John Boy.
Chris.
What?
Shut up. Carmine.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Okay.
No, he just came back from him.
So anyway, when was the last time you played Siege?
It was a while ago, but it's like one of those things. Like I followed like different news stories because when the game came out, it came out to pretty good reviews. There is definitely some missing features, and there are some issues with hitboxes and games getting kicked out and people getting kicked out of games, whatever the case may be. So it's been like kind of like a slow burn, but they've constantly been updating it.
Yeah,
and it's found a place among like professional gaming circuits and different tournaments and stuff like that. So with what they released today or yesterday, whatever it was, they were making a mention of that they have 20 million registered users, which means that 20 million people pretty much signed into Uplay on Rainbow Six Siege, and that they have a consistent player base of 2.6 million daily active users. So every day, 2.6 million users are logging into this game.
2.3.
2.3. Sorry. 2.3. 2.3. Sorry.
It's a lot when you do points.
2.3 million.
So
either way, it's a big number. It's over 2
big
million.
number. That's a really big fan base.
That's a really good fan base.
Especially like consistent every single day.
Yeah.
Now I've heard good things about this game. I have it. However, last time I played it was probably around the time it actually just came out.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking of this game, I had Rainbow Six Vegas in mind.
Yeah, I did too.
Now, I love the Vegas games. I played the crap out of those things.
There
However,
a lot of nights.
when we played Rainbow Six Siege, Chris, I think you played it with me and Jake. It was different. You couldn't pick.
There's several updates before the one that's most recent. Yeah, I mean,
it
was
it's
like
probably a year. I mean, when did it come out? 2015.
Yeah. So
this game. So.
I was gonna say
it wasn't
early
last
2015.
Year. It was like 2 years ago.
But yeah, anyway,
it was around. It actually came out in December. I remember it coming out in December because it was past the holiday rush.
That's right.
In a sense, Black Friday rush.
That's right, because I got it then. I think it was like a couple weeks after or something like that.
And a lot of people thought that Ubisoft sent it out to die and it wasn't going to have any legs and nobody was going to talk about it. And it was quiet for a little bit, but then it started picking up.
Yeah, well, that's because the elements, they started doing a lot of different things with the game. Yeah. And, to actually patch it now and to update it, add dedicated servers, there's a lot of faith behind this.
The dedicated servers is like the big thing because dedicated servers cost money.
Oh, yeah.
And like... Activision has done away with dedicated servers on Call of Duty. A lot of people don't realize that, but there's not dedicated servers on Call of Duty.
Right.
It's still peer-to-peer. They still have really good servers, but they're not dedicated servers in Call of Duty since I believe the last year that they did it was either Call of Duty Ghost or Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Right.
But for Activision to pretty much be like, I guess, we're not going to be paying for it anymore. And a lot of people were wondering why Destiny didn't have dedicated servers. I knew... Because if they weren't going to pay, if Activision wasn't going to pay for Call of Duty to have dedicated servers, there's no chance in hell they're going to pay for Bungie to have dedicated servers.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too surprised when they announced that. I know a lot of people got their hopes up with that. But for Ubisoft to go and make this investment, and it's paying off because, like I said, they have the pro gaming element, the tournaments and everything like that. It's a very streamable game because you have that element of that any second you could be dead.
Right.
Or you can go on these crazy kill sprees where you take out an entire team.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that actually stream and are very successful streaming it. And I think it's just Ubisoft is just able to do this with a lot of their games recently. Ghost Recon Wildlands sold very well months after the launch.
I still love that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All my friends stopped playing it.
What?
Hi, all my
table?
Hi, all my friends.
My friends.
But I will say this too, like even Wildlands is going to be interesting to see what they do with it because they're adding PvP.
Yeah.
I think soon.
They should just leave the whole map open for it, like the whole entire world.
That'd be like a manhunt.
This is another Carmine prediction.
Yeah. Listen, Cartridge Blast exclusive is going to happen.
So you know how PUBG is such a big thing right now? Battlegrounds,
Say it
Battlegrounds, player unknown Battlegrounds.
There you go. See,
are you hungry?
You probably. It's been a while since I ate. Maybe even a day.
We don't let
anyway. Everybody knows how popular that is right now. You guys have at least heard about this game, please.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
What?
Shut up.
This game is huge right now. It's selling gangbusters, and it's in early access. It's very streamable. The game is awesome. Really, really unique. A lot of awesome stuff that they're doing with that game. But the idea of it is that they are dropping in Battlegrounds, or PUBG they call it. They pretty much they can drop 100 players into this giant map. And as the game goes on, the map shrinks. Mm-hmm. A bubble pretty much shrinks until you get down to
now this is Xbox, right?
No, this is PC.
This is PC.
Early access.
I played this game.
It's coming to Xbox. It's console. It's launch console exclusive, but I think it's probably going to come to PlayStation 4 as well.
It was like the Hunger Games kind of
exactly.
That's
the
feel,
game.
yeah.
So with Ghost Recon doing PvP, they're going to have like the 4v4 element to it. I think because of how popular PUBG is, all the other publishers are going to start looking at this game and seeing how they can kind of mimic it. I would not be surprised if Ghost Recon Wildlands does something similar to that, where they throw X amount of players in if the server load can take it. It may not be 100, but you parachute in. You start off with nothing. You have to pick up loot boxes, whatever the case may be. They might even create another map for it if they find that it might be worth the investment, and do this with Ghost Recon.
I think what they could do with Ghost Recon is do like, there are certain like cities or like the little towns and stuff, but they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Like I imagine they would quarantine off one of those.
That's what they would probably. I would assume they would.
But they would give you your weapons because it's not a survival like Hunger Games feeling.
But PUBG is
right. But
that's what's selling a lot of people on PUBG right now.
But what they could do is they'll give you like, your standard weapons pack. Yeah. And it depends on what you are, because you could play the terrorist on the ground and you can choose your infiltration. One of the first things, like when, I don't know if you guys remember when Rainbow Six first came out on like the Nintendo 64.
I remember.
Did it come out on the 64? I never played a Rainbow Six game on 64, so I trust you guys, but I never played Rainbow Six on 64.
It was a long time ago, I can't remember if I.
How did that even work?
Because there was versions. There's a PlayStation 1.
Put the thing in the thing.
Because there wasn't a look control. PlayStation. So you had to use C to move, I guess.
Yeah, PlayStation 1.
It was like a dot on your screen.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
You were able to like kind of like map out your attack if you were doing like a co-op multiplayer. Yeah. Like, you were able to, like, get a pre-map before you go in. You could, like, kind of strategically take out your targets. You gotta draw it on
your paper again?
Yeah. You get my graph paper out, like we do with our friends. Be like, all right, you're going into Zone B. And Zone B, you're going to open the door only when I kill this one guy first. Because one of the biggest things was that you were unseen. You were supposed to be invisible, so you would kill all the terrorists without them even knowing you were there.
That was all the terrorists being headshotted.
That's right. You got it. You're
right. So if I hear that noise, duck.
I was at the briefing.
That's right. Carmine was there.
I was.
And I think that Ghost Recon would be amazing if you had a 4-player co-op, like a 4-player on 4-player, where the terrorists set up their own, like they do in Rainbow Six, like their own defense, and you had the attackers plan out their attack, and you're able to see on your HUD your line of attack, like the way you're supposed to go.
That would be interesting.
You know what I mean? Because the map is so big, you're going to need something like that, or else it's just going to be chaos.
Well, that's why I think, though, because of what they're doing with PUBG and how popular it is. Even in early access, that game sold over 5 million copies already.
Yeah.
Like, the publishers are going to start trying to copy this. And I think right now, out of all the games that are currently out there, Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands, or maybe something even like Grand Theft Auto, pull out all the NPCs, throw as many players as you can into the map, and just shrink the map in the same kind of guided game that they have with PUBG. I feel like that would be something that they could mimic and potentially keep that game alive for the next year and a half easily.
It wouldn't be the first time where they try to push the envelope. I remember the game Mag.
Yeah.
64 players.
It was actually, I think, close to... Wasn't it something crazy like 200 something?
One... I think it might have been...
It was something insane.
Yeah, but anyway, it was supposed to be like this big thing.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Like, you had armies, and what I remember it being was chaos.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was fucking chaos.
Well, the idea behind it was everyone was going to work together seamlessly as a team and be like, hey, let's do all this together, all you people. And then it just turned into be like, I'm killing him, screw you, get this, screw this, bye.
But that's why you have all the multiple teams. Like even in PUBG, you have teams of 4, you have teams of 2 that would go in and play against other teams of 4, other teams of 2.
Yeah.
Right.
And then and like that's why I feel like Ghost Recon, if they were to create a game type like that, it would give Wildlands even more legs than it does now. Because it's already set up for console as well, which is a little bit more approachable than PUBG is on PC. Because I think it's awesome that they're trying to bring it to console. My only thing with watching some streams of that game is the menu system. You're going in and out of the menu constantly and trying to drop and pick up stuff and fill up your loadout. On a PC, it makes a lot of sense, and it's a lot easier once you're used to it to go in and out of those menus very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
From a controller, I don't know how that would work.
That would probably be...
That's what I don't know.
They would change the HUD.
They would have to.
And you would have to have
quick.
like a quick button.
Yeah.
Like you'd hold the select button.
Like a wheel,
or,
almost, probably.
Yeah,
they'd have to do something to make it a little bit more approachable. Because right now, watching it...
Yeah, one of the bumpers
could
be like a...
pad.
Yeah. Hold it down and then drop it. Or the D-pad's a good selector. It's always been like a selector.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think for Ghost Recon, we kind of got off the Rainbow Six topic, but...
Well, kind of not.
Because like Ubisoft has done such a great job at making these games come out, and a lot of times we're talking about like how they're not 100% finished, or like they're like 92% finished.
You've come out
with features and stuff like that.
Not whole-assed, it's half-assed.
Yeah, and like, but like For Honor had a lot of problems when it came out, but For Honor had some legs. That was on the NPD charts, I think. For
I heard
1 or 2
people were
months.
done with that game though.
Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense that went on.
Yeah.
But you see what they did with Rainbow Six Siege, and this is 2 years later, and this game is still making the news, and they're still updating it and adding features.
That's what happened when
Rainbow Six title carried a lot of fans over from other Rainbow Six games, and I think that's why For Honor didn't do well for a couple of reasons, but one of it is because it was a brand new title.
Yeah.
When you do groundbreaking work, you take the risk, you kind of roll the dice, and if you jack it up right out of the gate, sorry, you lost your chance. Yeah. Rainbow Six, though, obviously got me, John, and you.
Yep, I was playing for a while.
Because we were in the franchise already,
and it was kind of different. It was something you're used to because we were all very used to Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yeah, right. That was my jam.
I loved that game because you could do first person and then switch the third.
Yep.
Like that was one of my favorite features about it, and I was so disappointed when I heard that wasn't coming back. And now, like in Siege, you have more like the leaning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is more realistic. Like if you're looking about it from like a more realistic shooter. Like if you're up against the wall, you'd be staring at the wall. You wouldn't just be staring at your camera. Wouldn't we don't be third. You don't leave your body. Yeah, you don't have an outer body experience.
If only
it's like Doctor Strange in your astral projection.
Yeah,
that's watching
neat, you. Though that'd be pretty cool. But
yeah, you know what though? That's how if I ever design a game, that's how I'm going to explain it. Your astral projection shoots out of your body.
Yes,
and it will be like this whole big ability.
Hey, works for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't not.
But yeah, so Ubisoft's business strategy for a lot of these games, and it's probably going to be the same thing with what is it, Skull and Bones, that pirate-based ship game or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's going to be multiplayer. It's going to be interesting to see if that game gets any kind of movement on it.
Yeah, because it looked like a kind of...
It looks like a For Honor clone.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Like what they're trying to do with it. The multiplayer first with some side story missions. Probably going to be one of those things. Comes out, wants to add features later on again.
Mm-hmm. But you're stuck on the ship on there, right?
You
roll the dice when you make
Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
When you make an only multiplayer game, you do roll the dice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have to say this, like...
Because your server base is based on people playing the game.
Right.
So matchmaking is based on people playing the game.
Right.
So you need people to play the game. Otherwise, nobody's going to play the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You kind of run into that pitfall.
Yeah.
And
it's a big pitfall. If you can't find another match, it's a big pitfall.
Yeah. If you can't play the game,
that's happened a couple of games when they
Yeah.
first released and we're trying them out, and it's like, okay, we're done with this.
Right. Well, it was so funny because, like, for even Rainbow Six Vegas 2, like, there was a period of time where that game was dead. Like, you couldn't find a game, like, at all on Xbox 360. As soon as Rainbow Six Vegas 2 went backwards compatible on Xbox, shot right up.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was back on it playing. It was awesome.
Well, you know, with the update for Rainbow Six Siege, they're lowering the requirements for matchmaking.
Yeah, to 2.
To 2,
yeah. Because of the dedicated servers that they're trying to utilize.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you're gonna get into more matches quicker and more often.
Yeah, and I just learned about this recently too. But with from the PC side, if anybody's trying to cheat, if you're utilizing a dedicated server, it's a lot easier for the publishers and developers to find cheaters with a dedicated server than it is from like peer to peer.
Oh yeah,
and that's the reason. Like even in Destiny 2, they dropped some news with PC. Like you're not going to be able to use like a lot of third party features in regards to like streaming because they need to lock down that game because it's still technically like a peer-to-peer server.
Right.
So like a lot of the programs that they're utilizing to actually be able to stream or capture games on the computer, they're not going to allow it because any kind of third-party like firmware or software that might be running in the background potentially can open up a door to people going and manipulating the code of the game.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have to go to like the Elgatos to actually capture gameplay if they're planning on actually doing it for Destiny 2 on the PC side. So I just learned about that recently, that dedicated servers are actually, it's a lot easier to capture people that are cheating because everything's going on at that server and they could just review what was actually going on.
If you control the source, then you control everything.
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't matter what that other person is doing. As soon as if it trips it, they get kicked.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So like I said, that was the big, like just me understanding that now. Even looking with what, like I said, with Rainbow Six, I think the biggest takeaway is that they believe in this game enough that they are now going to be setting up dedicated servers for this game.
I'll be playing it again for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably because my biggest qualm with Rainbow Six a lot of times it's like I know I hit that guy, you know what I mean? Like, like there's time like playing multiplayer. I was like, I know I hit him. Well, I don't even know why I died sometimes because of the lag element.
Well, that was like Rainbow Six Vegas where. Okay, so he's a level 52 or whatever it was, and then you're just trying to get your groove on. You could never kill anybody because they had the best guns, best armor. You're not.
Well, you could choose what armor you had and everything like that.
Yeah, they unlocked a whole bunch of the better stuff though. But that was the thing. Like you were gonna get wrecked.
I got all the way. I got the full rank.
You come out
my Desert Eagle. And
what was it? What was it called? Was it called the Desert Eagle? It was called something. The Raging Bull or something like that. Yeah. And you had to. Whatever the
I had the TAR 21 or whatever it was because it actually came preset with a scope, so you could actually use two other attachments on that gun.
My favorite gun was the Scar.
Scar was good too.
I ripped people's face off the Scar.
But I just that was the thing. Like
incendiary grenades. I remember that was one of the few games I 1K'd on Xbox. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting this last achievement. And it was like one of the elimination modes where you had to clear out like 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Like first one I joined in, I'm like, all right, I'm going to try for it. First one I joined in, I killed 2 of the guys like in regular combat. And then like 3 of them are coming down a hallway because I'm like the last 2 guys. Somebody else was with me. Throwing an incendiary and then the steps in the villa map. Right. Took out all 3 of them. Got the achievement. I was like, yeah!
So good!
And then I just walked away.
Way to go.
Achievement unlocked.
So that's always very satisfying. That's one thing.
There's a few that I just had to finish. Like, and the other one was like Call of Duty 4.
Yeah. The plane one.
The plane one. That one took me a while. That
one was great.
That really like.
The Mile High Club.
That really checked my stress level.
I got that.
Like that really pushed the envelope for whether or not I was going to just walk away.
That was tough.
It definitely wasn't a one night thing. That one took me like a couple nights of trying and just trying to get it. And I was like watching videos of like how they all did it.
But you know what it was too? It was like milliseconds.
Yeah, you literally had milliseconds.
Yeah, it was milliseconds.
And it was so easy to make a small mistake.
He had to be flawless.
Yeah.
I got that achievement. I was just like, I'm done with this game.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. I was
like, you shelved the game. You're like, You just give it the nod and then walk away.
There was runs too where I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! This is awesome!" And then for some reason, I got hung up on one of the freaking airplane chairs or something. I'm like, "Oh my god, why?"
Yeah, that was good. But
service-based games obviously here to stay. Ubisoft, I think, knows what they're doing with this. They've had a lot of success with Rainbow Six, so I'm curious what they're gonna do with games like Wildlands, and potentially hopefully we'll get a Splinter Cell sometime next year, or announcement at least, and see what they're going to do with that.
Well, Rainbow Six Siege update 2.2.2 is tomorrow. That's the 9th, right?
Yeah, so by the time this comes out, you guys probably already have it.
And there's a bunch of bug fixes and everything. There's a giant list of everything.
Yeah, go check it out, guys. It's actually pretty good.
So, but, I'm actually hearing about this. Makes me want to go play it again.
No, I it's always been in the back of my head because I know there's been so much hype with it, or not even so much hype, but it's carried on a fan base. It's carried on a conversation for 2 years now, and so it's maybe I'll go back to that one day. Maybe I'll go back to that one day. I'll probably wait for it to get a decent sale, and then I'll
I'm excited because I was saying before, I last time I played is when it originally came out, and I had Vegas on my mind of all the things you could do in Vegas, and when I played this at the time, I couldn't. You were put in a game type, and then it was between attack and defend and terrorist hunt, but you couldn't pick terrorist hunt, and that's what I wanted to play with my co-op buddies. But it was just, it kept throwing me back into attack and defend, and I got bored of it because it's you're stuck. I wasn't used to being stuck in this tiny room and you're setting up all these traps. It's I don't want to do this. I just want to do the terrorist hunt. I just want to play the game and do it this way. And but now, with all these updates and everything, I'm hearing your brother played it a lot. He's like, why aren't you guys playing? I was like, how does anyone like this game? It's nothing like Vegas.
Yeah, I played with him a lot, and he was really, really into it for a long time. I would watch. He played on Xbox. I'm sure he still plays periodically. Yeah. But he got really into it because he liked the competitive element of it. And it's a game type. It's a game too where you have one life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something where you got to be very careful, and it's methodical, it's strategic. It's Chris's favorite word, tactical.
Yeah. Well, we actually have some Let's Plays of us playing it when it first came out.
Should repost it.
Yeah. Well, they're still up there, so if you guys want to go look, we'll...
we get murdered. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I watched those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get murdered. It's terrible.
It was on the plane and the ice or something, or a ship in the
ice. The ice.
I remember that one.
But it was so long ago. The game is probably almost completely different.
We should update it. We should do a Twitch stream and update it.
We could.
But
we could.
Anyway, guys.
And then I'll save you all from your demise.
See, Carmine will play, only if we let him.
Yeah. That's how democracy works.
That's how that works.
I mean,
but only if he's willing to play.
I've been asking the
our
clowns,
microtransactions. I was going to transitions.
I've been asking these guys to play Ghost, Recon, and you guys just don't.
But right now, Rainbow Six has 2.6 million
players,
or 2.3 million.
Princess Zelda needs my help.
No. Oh, that one, yeah. Breath of the Wild, no.
God, Carmine doesn't like his breaking weapons. But anyway, Chris, we'll play that when we have time.
Yeah,
time. I like that game actually. We had a fun time when we were playing with that.
So you guys usually play on Sundays, and Sundays is my going food shopping and other family stuff on Sundays. And I'm like, that's great that you guys are playing, but I can't play right now.
That's
I play at 10 o'clock at night is my go time.
Well, more we should probably make a date.
A Saturday, one of the Saturdays.
Pick it on a calendar and be I'm playing with Ghost Recon with the friends.
With the boys? You mean Rainbow Six Siege?
Or
you said Rainbow Six Siege wrong.
Good night, everybody.
I do tell you, I had a lot of fun when I played Wildlands with him last time.
Yeah.
We had some fun stuff. I wish we did record it.
I never got done. I never got to the point where I rolled the Jeep. I wanted to roll the Jeep down the hill, see if we all survived.
That was funny.
I might jump back on that game just to do that.
I think
So be prepared.
Well, when you play last...
to roll the Jeep. Thanks, man.
Shooting!
Like a glove.
Bang, bang, chitty, bang, bang.
But anyway, guys, let us know down in the comments what you think about the new update. I'm sure
bang, bang,
it's out by now.
Chitty, bang, bang, yeah!
Bye!